Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here to talk about the best iPhone ever and why I'm going to take it back. So I went ahead and I ordered the iPhone 11 Pro, the Midnight Green Edition. It looks fantastic. It's beautiful. Here you go, right here in all of its glory. And I was going to trade in my iPhone 10s, which is right here. As you can see here, there's not a whole lot of difference other than mainly the camera. The Apple logo is centered over here, and they removed the iPhone label off of this one. So other than that, though, I'm using the Ringkey Fusion case on both models here, and the experience is pretty much identical. And by pretty much identical, I mean that it is identical. I mean, here's what we're working with. We have the same 5.8-inch screen. It's an OLED display. We have the same speaker configuration. We have the same, really everything. It's running iOS 13.1. Underneath the surface, this still has 3D touch on it, but it's been disabled, which I really hate that they did. I understand moving over to haptic touch and the newer ones and not having 3D touch available anymore because they wanted extra room for the battery, all that good stuff. But why disable it when it's already got it? It was so good, and now haptic touch is so bad. It's going to take some getting used to. I'm sure it'll be fine a year or two from now. We'll talk about the glory days back when we had 3D touch, but overall, I'm not happy about that. But here we go. Apples to apples, oranges to oranges, iPhone 10s to iPhone 11 Pro. Now, I normally have the Note 10 Plus as my secondary phone or my primary phone, whichever, because I'm constantly reviewing devices, and I have my other SIM card in it. Well, what I decided to do, I endeavored to try something different. I've been toting around both iPhones for the last 2 days. I've been using them with my primary, my secondary SIM, and testing out battery life, testing out performance. And I gotta tell you, it's been one of the most confusing and frustrating experiments that I've ever done because I can't ever tell which one is which. I get the notifications from the 11 Pro on my watch, which I'm not wearing right now. But other than that, I'm getting the same notifications. I'm getting the same experience, the same screen, the same everything is the same, other than the battery life and the camera performance. And of course, it's supposed to be a little bit brighter, up to 1200 nits. Base value 800 nits, all that good stuff. What that translates into for the normal person is a really bright display, super bright. It's really nice, but it still looks the same to me. So, talking about this from a 10s or a XS or a 10s Pro, 10s Max to the 11 Pro or the Pro Max, I have to say it's not worth the upgrade. And I hate to say that because I love the way this phone looks. Originally this whole triple camera setup, I wasn't too crazy about it, but it grew on me as it came out in real life. I've actually got the dummy unit right here. So we got the dummy unit right here. What the dummy unit looked like and what happened in reality are two completely different stories. So don't always trust what the dummy units are for. Mostly they're just kind of a mock-up display. They use them to test out cases and all that good stuff. I'm glad I got my hands on one of them early, but you can see there's some fundamental differences here. Honestly, it looks more like the 10s, and they just threw the extra camera on there. So, with that being said, talking about both of these phones, the generational upgrade just isn't worth it. Now, this is the best iPhone ever made in the history of mankind. The 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max, they're completely fantastic. The increased battery performance is really nice. The widescreen or wide lens camera, really nice. I guess the screen boost is nice. It really looks the same to me, so I can't really tell much of a difference. But most of the changes have been software related. You got the dark mode now, you got 13.1, we got haptic touch, all those other things that they included that are on both of the iPhones. Like I said, seamless transition. The experience is completely the same, other than the extra camera and the added battery life. So, having a $999 phone or a $1,099 phone from last year, I can't say that it's worth it for those couple extra things, which really the greatest change is the battery life, because the battery life is so good now. And that's one of the biggest complaints that I had with the 10s was I would have to charge the sucker by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon and make sure that it powered me through the rest of the day and it wasn't going to die on my way home from work. This lasts all day. I'm getting up to about 5.5, 6 hours of screen on time, and that's playing games, that's doing everything I can possibly do. But I just can't bring myself to say I'm going to spend $1,000 for an extra 4 or 5 hours of battery live screen on time, or not screen, just the extra 4 or 5 hours that they advertise. So I did note that with dark mode, the battery life does seem to be maybe about 10 to 15% better on the 10s. So it has lasted me a little bit longer. I actually used this one primarily today, and it pretty much made it through the day for me. Battery is a little on the lower side right now, but it's still doable. But overall, if you have an iPhone 10 or earlier, I think you're going to be super happy with upgrading, especially if you want to try out the new form factor. Really, I feel like we kind of got gypped a little bit because the 10s was supposed to be the S model upgrade, and the 11 is like an SS model upgrade. It's like the next. Really, it was just performance upgrades, and they added a camera. So I do feel like they kind of ripped us off a little bit in that aspect. We didn't get a new redesign. We didn't get anything fundamentally that's amazing. But of course, the 10s I don't think was much of an upgrade over the 10. Well, I really like this phone. I really hate to see it go, and I don't want to have to take it back, but I just can't live with the price difference, or sorry, the price that it's costing me for this, to keep this versus this. Really, it's the same phone. You're not losing anything other than, I mean, the only thing you're really losing is the wide lens camera. I mean, you're the night shots, you get that too. But if you don't care about night shots, you don't care about the wide lens camera, there's really no reason other than the battery life. So just don't think that's a compelling enough reason to spend $1,000 to upgrade from $1,000 phone that's barely now a year old. Now, if you're looking at it from an iPhone 10, or if you're looking at it from an iPhone 8 or a 7 or a 6, it's an amazing upgrade. It's the best iPhone that Apple has ever made. I would even say that it's contending with phone of the year. It is good. I really, really enjoy the phone. I just can't justify it from the 11, or from the 10s to the 11. So from the dollar value perspective there, I just don't think that they did enough. And really, it's like I said, it's the same experience, which at the end of the day is what really gets me right here in the feels and in my wallet. And that's why I'm going to have to say goodbye to the iPhone 11 Pro. Now, I've seen some stuff out there on the leaks for the 12 or whatever is supposed to come out next year. I think we're going to see some great things that are going to really merit upgrading to the 12 whenever it comes out, versus, or the 11s, whatever they're going to call it at this point. I don't even know. I don't even think they know what they're going to call it at this point. But if you have a 10s or you have a 10s Max, unless you just really want it, or you really, really want the new capabilities and they're worth the extra change, did you go out and spend it? Or you have an annual upgrade program. If you have an annual upgrade program, it's no question, hands down, go for it. But from a cost-effective consumer standpoint, even from me as a tech enthusiast and somebody who loves this stuff, it just doesn't sit good with me at the end of the day, and I can't do it. So the 11 Pro is going to have to go back. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, you want to talk about this, some more dialogue, go ahead and hit me up in the comment section. I'll be glad to talk about this stuff with you, or even on Twitter. You can find me there as well. So that's all I've got on this video. If you have any questions or comments, of course, leave them, and I'll see you guys next time.